Hi, Sonny. Thanks so much for joining us today. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate you on the win. You achieved the top ranking and multiple awards, so well done. My first question to you is, what are some of the challenges or pain points you are seeing in the market right now? It'd be great to get your perspective.
Great. Thanks, Miriam. Firstly, really appreciate the recognition from Chartis. Our engineering teams and our delivery teams have done a marvelous job building a lot of innovative technologies and driving them into the market and then working hard to make our customers successful with them. So we are excited about this recognition. In terms of, the challenges in the market, I think we are very fortunate actually to serve hundreds and hundreds of customers across, more than 150 countries around the world. And what we hear from them is fairly consistent. I think I would break this down into four key areas. The first is, we see a tremendous amount of upheaval and, dynamic environments around the world, which have a direct implication on financial markets. You see, geopolitical issues, conflicts around the globe, natural disasters. We just experienced a pretty severe pandemic. All of these are seismic events that have a pretty significant impact on banks and how they serve the customers. And banks have to basically put in effective risk management capabilities to not only anticipate, but manage these risks and make sure that the bank stays resilient. The second thing that we are seeing is an increasing sophistication in the world of financial crime. Even as we speak, just last year, more than $3.1 trillion in illicit funds flowed through the global financial system. And the criminals who are conducting these activities are getting increasingly sophisticated. And they're not just criminals, sometimes they are actors. And so banks have their work cut out for them in terms of combating this financial crime. The third area is, the whole notion of the amount of data that banks depend on for driving their business. According to Market and Markets, the global big data market is expected to grow from what it was roughly about 140 billion in 2020 to about 230 billion next year, which is a significant growth rate. The CAGR here is almost 11%. And given that banking is amongst the most data-intensive industries, they rely on this information for all aspects, for service delivery, for risk management, for compliance. And so, while we see banks having made significant investments and progress in enhancing their data management, I think they are still having to deal with back office processes that are still residing in old legacy systems, and hence they're quite heavily impacted by poor data quality. And I think the fourth thing that we are all aware of is that somewhere every 2 to 3 minutes a new regulatory change is happening in the hundreds and thousands of jurisdictions around the world, and they're either changing or new regulations are being introduced. And now close to 10 to 15 cents on the dollar for IT spend is going towards things like security and regulatory compliance. In the last calendar year, the banking sector faced $835 million in AML penalties, and we've already exceeded that number in 2024. So these are some of the things that we hear very consistently from our customers.
Right. And speaking of your customers, what would you say in terms of Oracle's role, and given Oracle's AI solutions, how are you helping these customers right now?
So, we are very fortunate in the fact that we are a full stack enterprise company. So we do everything from cloud infrastructure all the way to business applications and industry specific core applications. So in the banking industry, we are delivering cloud infrastructure. We are delivering platform solutions as horizontal ERP and human capital management apps, and then very specific apps built for banking, things like core banking, digital banking, financial crime, risk, etc. because of this breadth, we have a tremendous capability of bringing AI capabilities right from the technology infrastructure that you need for all of the AI applications that are being built and rolled out into the marketplace, as well as the actual contextual business applications where these AI solutions can be consumed. So I'll give you a couple of quick examples. I mentioned financial crime a few minutes ago. So think about the volume of transactions that have grown, and as you apply transaction monitoring to this, the number of false positives that you're generating with traditional rule-based systems is absolutely overwhelming. They completely submerge the investigative capabilities of banks. So we have introduced a number of solutions in this area for not only zeroing in on the most likely alerts, so optimizing the alerts that you should actually be investigating, to the investigation techniques that you use to make your investigation process very efficient. So this is one great example where we are using not only the traditional machine learning based AI, but also agentic AI and generative AI based solutions to solve for this growing problem in banks. In addition, we are also applying AI to this complex problem of data. We leverage large language models to identify target entities and attributes within our industry standard data model, which we call the Financial Services Data Foundation, across multiple source systems. So we help banks drive down the cost of sourcing data from all of these different source systems into a well-defined data model, and we standardize, improve data quality, so this data can then be furnished into a variety of risk and compliance-based applications. So those are two examples of how we're doing this.
Absolutely, thanks for those. And just to wrap up, my final question is more general. What suggestions would you give financial services companies who are looking to adopt AI?
Who can bring a combination of these things to the table. One is, really economic infrastructure that allows you to experiment with AI solutions in the appropriate business context. So make sure that you're zeroed in on the right solution areas where you're going to get the maximum return, because AI is currently still going through its economic curve. And companies like Oracle that bring Gen 2 cloud infrastructure for AI make for a great technology partner. The second thing is you need to apply them to areas where you can get the most return. So once again, Oracle is actually very well positioned in this area because we have very deep industry expertise given our investments in industry applications, so we can apply AI to the highest impact areas for your business. And finally, I would say you have to have a partner that has experience and skills in helping you, zero in on the areas that would have the highest impact on your business. And so these are some of the things that I would advocate: is make sure you're actually driving your investments in the areas of highest impact, select the right technology partner, and make sure that the cases that you're going to are going to provide you return, so that you don't end up with very large transformative programs that don't deliver any return for a long period of time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sonny, for your perspectives. And I think that's all we have time for. So congratulations again. Good to speak to you.
Thank you so much, Maryam. Enjoyed this conversation.